The WGA and SAG-AFTRA strike wages on, and studios have been left scrambling to make key decisions regarding key releases. None are feeling the pressure more than projects currently in production, and unfortunately this includes the Alien TV series from the FX network. As unlucky timing would have it, the filming of the series was scheduled to start right as the American Actors Union began their strike. Just to be clear, the Alien TV series is a completely different Alien-related project from the movie Alien Romulus from director Fede Alvarez. That has already been completed, it's in post-production, and right now the plan is still to have it released in August of next year. That film is meant to take place sometime between Alien and Aliens, with actress Kaylee Spaney in the lead role. The FX series is from executive producer Noah Hawley, who worked on previous shows such as Legion and Fargo, also for FX. This plot is meant to serve as a prequel, taking place well before the events of Alien and Prometheus, taking place on Earth. We have the general plot outline, some concept art has leaked, but the long and short of it is that this has no relation to the production of the Fede Alvarez movie. This series is still in production, and it has obviously run into challenges given the current state of Hollywood. Not too long ago, I talked about the possible outcomes for the series since they were still determined to keep the production going in Thailand while still following the rules amidst such a strike. The writing is already done and the scripts have already been submitted by showrunner Noah Hawley well before the writer's strike, so it would be safe to move forward from the writing perspective of the production. Now that the Screen Actors Guild has joined in on the strike, they're unable to film anything involving actors represented by that union, namely the American actors involved. But the production isn't strictly tied to SAG actors. There are also actors from the Equity Union, representing actors from the United Kingdom. They're not currently on strike, and filming with Equity actors is allowed. That's all well and good if there are scenes to film with only the Equity actors, but if Equity and SAG talents need to share the screen for a scene, there's just no way that can be done. And that presents a problem, among, I'm sure, many other problems. Filming went ahead as originally planned, late last July, and it was just announced yesterday that FX's Alien has stopped filming. Here's what Deadline had to say in an exclusive report by Nelly Andriva. I hear filming in Thailand has been suspended due to the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike, and the cast was sent home Friday. According to sources, the break was planned, as the show's production schedule was adjusted to account for the SAG-AFTRA work stoppage. Crew members are still working, and sets are still being prepared for when shooting resumes after the end of the strike, sources said. The article also reveals a new member of the cast being added, Kit Young, in addition to details on cast members previously already revealed. This quote has some slight spoilers regarding the roles of the actors, so if you wish to go in completely 100% fresh with the series, proceed with caution and skip about 30 seconds. Here is the quote. I hear Young was a late addition who joined Alien after the bulk of the main cast, led by Sidney Chandler, was set, including Alex Lothar as a soldier named CJ, Samuel Blenkin as Boy Cavalier, a CEO, as well as Essie Davis as Dame Sylvia, and Adarsh Gaurav as Slightly. Young plays a character named Toodles in Noah Hawley's prequel to the Alien franchise, I hear. An interesting and diverse cast, some SAG, some Equity, and very little wiggle room. That's the nature of the beast, unfortunately, but the cast seems pretty solid. I like the addition of Kit Young. I haven't seen the show Rust and Bone, but I've heard good things, and it definitely seems to have a following, and he was one of the main cast members. Actually, to be honest, I'm not familiar with any of his other work, but looking at some of his IMDb listings, he seems to be a young, rising talent, and I see some Shakespeare in there. A good rule of thumb is, if you can handle Shakespeare, then xenomorphs are a walk in the park. I think that's promising. Taking a look at the cast as a whole, you see the talent, but obviously not huge blockbuster names, and that's a good deal of what this strike is ultimately about. Fairness for the working actors. I see a lot of short-sighted takes here and there that try to make it seem like it's all about these super-rich megastars wanting more money, and I'm sure that applies in some cases, but it's for the rights of working actors. Of all actors. A much larger percentage of card-carrying SAG members aren't making a living wage through acting alone. But I'm not trying to get on a soapbox here, I'm just trying to get the point across that they're striking for good reason. They're striking to implement a change, and actors are out there acting because they love it, not for some elusive fortune that only falls upon a very select few. I value the working actors, I support the working actors, I support the strike, and I hope that change is implemented. The only thing is, from what I've been reading, there is very little progress being made, and there doesn't seem to be an end in sight. I grow more and more concerned that it could spell very bad news for the Alien TV series. Even with the lower costs of filming in Thailand, there's sure to be a limit where the studio will determine whether or not it's worth keeping these sets ready. The actual construction of the sets, the renting of studio space, it's expensive anywhere you go. How long are those in charge of the production going to wait in the trenches for word from the Western Front? It's a very real possibility that FX's Alien could find itself into tax write-off territory, which is the worst-case scenario, but I can imagine it happening. I'm no expert on labor union laws in the entertainment industry. I have no insider information that suggests anything one way or another, so take what I say with a grain of salt, but I've looked at enough to have some worries. It could come to that, but in the words of Hicks, let's just hope it doesn't come to that. Best case scenario, the strike is resolved, the production continues, and this time next year we could be eagerly anticipating the next episodes of Alien. Here's hoping. I'll be keeping up with all the news as it comes out. I'll be sure to provide updates and hopefully hear some good news, so stay tuned for more. I'll see you again soon with more videos exploring the world of Alien, and until next time, this is Alien Theory, signing off.